Hello. Land surveying has been humorously referenced as the second oldest profession in the world, with prostitution being the first. However, it is no doubt one of the oldest professions, with there even being mentions of the profession in the Bible. I'm a professional land surveyor at the state of Arizona. I have 24 years experience and I will obtain my degree in survey technology at the end of this year. I'm also very excited and passionate about land survey and its history. Today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the ancient origins of land surveying, looking at its pivotal and vital role into ancient Egypt and other civilizations, its mentioning in the Bible, and its evolution through classical civilizations, illustrating how its practice has shaped our world. Land surveying early history. As stated by Charles Galani, Emeritus Professor of Survey Engineering at Pennsylvania State University, and Paul Wolf, Emeritus Professor of Civil and Environmental Engineering at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, in their book Elementary Surveying: An Introduction to Geomatics, 13th edition, published December of 2010, they state, the earliest recorded land surveyors were in Egypt, and ancient Egypt used primitive surveying tools such as ropes. These early surveyors were called rope stretchers because their measurements were made of ropes having markers at unit distances, and that the Great Pyramid of Giza was a perfect example of ancient survey practices, with its base being almost perfectly square and orientated to the cardinal directions. Land surveying in the Bible. The Bible mentions acts of land surveying, landmarks, rules of laws regarding boundary markers, survey equipment, technology, and even the measurement units. Mentioned in King James Bible, the Old Testament, in Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 14, thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land of Jehovah thy God giveth thee to possess it, demonstrating landmarks and laws regarding boundary markers. It also states in Ezekiel chapter 42, verses 16 through 19, he measured on the east side with the measuring reed 500 reeds with the measuring reed roundabout. He measured on the north side 500 reeds with the measuring reed roundabout. He measured on the south side 500 reeds with the measuring reed. He turned about to the west side and measured 500 reeds with the measuring reed, which demonstrates survey equipment, technology, and measurement units. The measurement unit reed is used again and again in the Bible, and one biblical long reed is equivalent to 10.5 feet. Advancement of the craft in classical civilizations. Expanding on the Egyptian survey practices, the Greeks and Romans advanced the tools and pioneered the profession of land survey. As stated by Michael J.T. Lewis, a senior lecturer in industrial archaeology at the University of Hull and author of Surveying Instruments of Greece and Rome, first published in 2001, states the Greeks developed diatra, which is an early survey tool that helped the Greek astronomers measure the position of the stars and early Greek surveyors to measure angles and distances. He also mentions that the Greeks also developed the groma, which was another early survey tool that the Romans greatly used to project right angles and straight lines, which was one tool used to divide lands and build their roads. He also mentions the Roman Corpus Agrimentorum, which is a collection of survey manuals, serving as a foundation of texts that describe the Roman legal standards for dividing land into individual plots. Moving on. The study and utilization of ancient survey practices has led to modern day surveying practices and technologies that have and continue to shape our world. Land surveying today. It has been pivotal to the development of modern day society. It has laid the foundations for shaping property boundaries, how we keep records of ownership, and laws governing the division of parcels of land. Early principles of measurement and surveying tools have led the evolution of modern technologies, tools, and methods like spatial 3D scanning, GPS, and GIS and CAD software. Like the Roman Corpus Agrimentorum, we have present-day survey manuals that govern and state the proper legal standards for dividing land, which here in the United States is state-specific. A few examples are the Oklahoma Minimum Standards for the Practice of Survey, the 2021 ALTA Standards, and the BLM Manual. As discussed, surveying has long been documented, researched, and recorded throughout human history, including references in the Bible. Land surveying has fundamentally shaped our world today by establishing the legal and physical framework of land ownership and urban development. Thank you.